All right. Shalom, family. It's your brother Kanaiba coming at you once again with this video titled, Being a Wife, a Woman's Highest Calling. Okay, so this particular video was inspired by a video I saw on Instagram, right? And it's from the Instagram page Alpha Sincere, as you can see on the screen, right? And the young lady in the middle is pretty much, correcting these two on their mindset. I believe the one in the middle is light-skinned Keisha, I believe is her name, right? And she's pretty much correcting the other two about the mindset that they have regarding mainly being a wife and also being a mother, right? Because the two on, either side of her, they pretty much have the mindset of the modern day woman, right? They have this bad and delusional idea about being a wife and motherhood, okay? They want to have all their fun, or quote unquote, all their wickedness while they're young, and they want to put off being a wife and a mother as long as they can, right? Now, that's mainly the mindset of the one that's on the left, okay? Now, the one on the right, what she's going to say when we actually watch the video, she's going to say, yes, she wants to be a mother, but she doesn't know if she wants to be a wife, which is completely backwards, okay? These women that's still out there in the world, they're operating completely outside of their purpose, the purpose they were created for, right? A woman's purpose is a man. And I know that's foreign language in this, Luciferian, aka feminist society. Okay, but, it is what it is. Okay. But anyway, without further ado, let's actually get into the video, and then I'll give even more commentary on what they're saying. All right, let's get to it.
But what's your end goals? Like, what do y'all want to be? Do you guys want to be somebody's wife? What do you want to be?
Yeah, see, we talk about that all the time on the show. Sometimes I don't really know if I necessarily want to get married.
Do you want to have kids?
I do want to have kids, but I'm not sure if I want to get married.
So did you hear that? She said that she wants to have kids, but she's not sure if she wants to be a wife, right? Now, like I said earlier, that is completely backwards, okay? And this is what contributes to this community of degeneracy that, unfortunately, the black community is, okay, for the most part. And, it's broken homes. It's the single mother household. But what we have to understand, this is a part of the curses. This is one of the curses that's upon our people for breaking the laws of the Most High Yahweh. Okay, let's get into the precepts real quick. Then we'll get back to the video. All right. So this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 54. And it reads, now this is one of the curses that's upon our people for breaking the laws of the Most High Yahweh. Right? And it reads, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother. Now watch this. And toward the wife of his bosom. Now remember she said that she wanted to be a mother, but she wasn't sure that she wanted to be a wife. Okay? And it's because of the mindset or the perception that she has about most quote unquote black men. Okay, but this is a part of the curses, right? It says that his eyes shall turn evil towards the wife of his bosom and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. Okay, so this should be clear that this is going into what? Single mother households, okay? Broken homes. All right. The head of the home not being there. Okay. And again, when you go into the scriptures, what is it? I believe Sirach chapter 36 and starting around about the 24th or the 25th verse, it tells you that where no hedge is, again, that's dealing with the husband, where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled. Okay, now the possession is dealing with what? The wife, right? The wife is a husband's possession, contrary to modern day belief. Okay, contrary to modern day feminist belief. Okay, if you are a man's wife, you are his possession, period. Okay, according to the Bible, right? But I said all that to say this. Okay, that's why this is a curse. Okay, these women, they're living out on their own, raising these children, and they really don't have that protection and that leadership and guidance that they are supposed to have. Okay. And that's really one of the big reasons that the so-called black community is so degenerate right now. And its morality continues to plummet. Okay. Which is a sign that society in general is about to fall. Okay. Esau's kingdom is coming to an end. Right. So now let's jump down a bit and let's look at verse 56. And it reads, "The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness." Now watch closely. "Her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom." Let's pause for a minute. Now it says that her eye shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom. Now, and we wonder why relationships for the most part just cannot work amongst so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay, it's because the curses are upon us. Okay, for breaking the laws, statutes, and commandments that was given to us by Yahweh. Okay, and these curses are a sign as to whom the true children of Israel are. Okay. But it says her eye shall turn evil towards the husband of her bosom. And this is exactly why the young lady said what? Yes, she wants children, but she's not sure if she wants to be a wife. Okay. It's because of this negativity that she has towards the Israelite man. Okay. Her eye is pretty much evil towards the Israelite man, even though she doesn't have a husband. Okay. She despises the thought of even being a wife. Okay. But let's move forward. It says, and toward her son and toward her daughter. Right. Now, what is one of the ways that, a wife or a mother, her eye will be evil towards her children? Well, it's not wanting a father to be in their life. Okay. That's just one of the ways. Okay. And we see it. Okay. How detrimental it is for a man to be in children's lives. Okay. Both the son and the daughter. Okay. Just simply look at the children today and tell me I'm wrong. Right. But by her implying, or not implying, but by her saying that she wants children, but she's not sure if she wants to be a wife, what that's implying is, she doesn't want a father to quote unquote be in her children's lives, because ultimately that's what's going to happen. Either he's not going to be in their life at all, or he's going to be a part-time father. Okay. It's one of the two. Okay. And that's one of the ways how, her eye is turned evil towards her children, towards her son and towards her daughter. Okay. Amongst many other things. Okay. But I'm trying to stay on topic. Right. But just hearing what she just said, this goes into the topic of the video. Right. She doesn't want to be a wife, but a woman being a wife is her highest calling. Okay. It's a woman's purpose is to be a helpmate to a man. Okay. It's to serve her husband. Right. Now, again, I know this is foreign language in this wicked Luciferian, aka feminist society. Right. But here again, You know, the Bible is the standard of life, okay? Not Esau society, okay? A woman's highest calling is to be a wife, okay? Your highest calling is not a college education, and it's not a career, okay? It's being a wife, right? But anyway, let's continue.
So why do you, this is my question.
Okay.
Why, do you want to have kids?
Hell no!
She always
I
say
got
she don't want to have kids.
He gonna drink. I got too much to do.
All right, so did you hear that one? You know, her mindset towards having children, that's really what it is with her. It's more so about children, right? And so you see her mindset when it comes to having kids. She wants to put that on the back burner, or really she doesn't want any at all. Okay, which is completely backwards and out of order for a woman to have that mindset. Okay, what did she say? She says, I got hookah to smoke, which is off. Of course, you know, smoking defiles your temple. Your temple is, your body is the temple of Yahweh. Then she says, I got liquor to drink. And then she said, I got ish to do, right? So, again, it's all about having fun with her, okay? She doesn't want any type of quote-unquote responsibility, okay? She doesn't want to operate in the purpose that she was created for, which is what? To be a wife and a mother, okay? But, again, with these women, it's all about fun. Okay, shucking their God-given responsibilities, because for the most part, most of these women, not all of them, but most of them are children themselves. They're children in adult bodies. Okay, but since she said what she said, let's go back to the precepts and let's get some understanding. Okay. All right, so this is the book of Genesis, chapter 30 and verse 1. And what we're going to see here, we're going to see the mindset of our foremother, Rachel, okay, and dealing with Jacob concerning children, okay. So the verse reads, and when Rachel saw that she bare Jacob no children, Rachel envied her sister and said unto Jacob, now watch closely, give me children or else I die. Okay, so do you see her mind frame and how it was of the utmost importance for her to have children, to bear children for Jacob? Okay, this was the mindset of women in the ancient world, okay? When times and life was normal, when things were right side up. This society is upside down. It's backwards, okay? For a woman to despise having children, okay, and to want to shuck her responsibilities and to think life is all about smoking, drinking, and things of that nature, I mean, that's completely backwards. All right, but that's what this society teaches women. It teaches them to be completely backwards. It teaches them to, you know, put off being a wife and a back burner, to put off being a wife and a mother on the back burner as long as they can, and to use their youth for a quote unquote useless education, a useless career, and to pretty much be a whore. Okay, that's what society teaches women to use their youth for, when in actuality, in reality, their youth is the time they're supposed to be using to find a husband and establish a family. Okay, that's what a woman's youth is supposed to be used for. Her youth and her beauty. Okay? But again, this society is completely backwards. Okay? So moving forward, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 127, starting at verse 3. And it reads, Lo, children are an heritage of Yahweh. Now watch closely. And the fruit of the womb is his reward. And we clearly see that the fruit of the womb is his reward by the mindset that Rachel had. Okay, we just read that. Okay. It was like a reward to her, almost like hitting the lottery. Okay. And you better believe that this particular mindset is coming back when Yahushua returns. Okay. It's going to be reestablished. Okay. It's going to be a great honor for a woman to have the child of an Israelite man, especially the child of one of the 144,000. Okay. That's going to be such a great honor for a woman. Okay. But of course, you have to have the right mindset towards being a wife and a mother. Okay. Well, we know in the kingdom, both the men and the women, the Israelite men and the Israelite women, we're going to be in our right mindset. Okay. Of course, the law is going to be put in us. Right. But, the point being is, of course, the right mindset is going to be reestablished in the woman. Okay. So moving forward, this is verse 4, and it reads, "As arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of the youth." So when you look at arrows are used for a defense, to defend yourself, right? So this is being likened unto children. Okay, children are, in a sense, a strong defense. Okay, when you have a lot of children, you continue your legacy. Okay, they continue your legacy. They carry on your family name. Okay, really, if you have boys, especially. Okay, because it's really your sons that carry on the family name. Okay, if you have a daughter and she goes off and she gets married, of course, she's going to carry the name of her husband. Right. But if you want to look at this in another sense, as far as children being like a defense, when you go to Sirach chapter 30, and I think round about the 4th verse, between 4 and 6, it talks about, the father and the son, right? And how when the father dies, he's left behind an avenger against his enemies. Okay, so you can precept that with this verse as well, right? But moving forward, this is verse 5, and it reads, "Happy is the man that hath his quiver full of them. They shall not be ashamed, but they shall speak with the enemies in the gate." Again, children are a strong defense, right? That's why the end of the verse talks about how they shall speak with the enemies in the gate, right? But the point of me reading all of this is to show that children are a blessing. But the young lady in the video, if you were to listen to her, you wouldn't believe that. You wouldn't believe that children are a blessing by the way that she talks. Okay, you would believe that they're actually a curse. But again, this society teaches women to have this negative mindset towards being a mother and being a wife. Okay, but the Bible teaches the complete opposite. All right. Now let's go to some more precepts, because remember what she said. She also said that she has more liquor to drink and more ish to do. Okay, so now let's go to the precepts and let's deal with that. All right. So this is the book of Titus, chapter 2, and starting at verse 3. And it reads, "The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers." Now watch closely. "Not given to much wine." And it says teachers of good things. But the point in this verse, it says not given to much wine. Okay. And if you listen to the young lady in that video, you can tell she's given to much wine. Okay. That's what her mind is on. She says she got more liquor to drink, right? But again, in this verse, the aged women or the older women are to not be given to much wine. Now, of course, the woman in the video, she's a younger lady, but this still applies to her because the older women are supposed to teach the younger women to be the same way. Okay, let's prove that. Let's read the next verse. And it reads, verse 4, "That they may teach the young women watch closely, to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, right? So the elder women are supposed to teach the younger women to be sober, okay? Which is the opposite of what we just saw in that video, okay? She was completely focused on drinking liquor. She put that above having children. Okay, what type of sense does that make? Okay, it makes none at all. All right. But the older women are to teach these younger women to be sober, to love their husbands, and to love their children. Notice it didn't say to teach them to love their college education or to love their careers. Okay, because that's not what's important. What's important is the purpose you were created for, which is to be a wife and a mother, as we see here in verse 4. Okay, let's look at verse 5, and it reads, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home. Okay, and that's very important, keepers at home. And it says, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemed. Okay, now why did I point out that keepers at home is very important? Because everything in this verse that was mentioned is very important, okay? But I pointed out keepers at home because it lines right up with the next precept that we're about to read, okay? Because remember what she said. She says, I got more liquor to drink and more ish to do. Okay, now what did she really mean by more ish to do? Okay, let's go to the Apocrypha. Let's go to the book of Sirach and let's look at something, all right? So this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 26 and verse 8. And it reads, now watch closely. A drunken woman and a gatter abroad causeth great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. Now, what was it that the young lady on the left, what did she say? She first talked about smoking hookah, which we know is off. Then what did she stress? She stressed that she got more liquor to drink and more ish to do, right? And remember I said, that's why keepers at home is very important, right? Because this verse completely describes her and most modern day women. It says a drunken woman and a gatter abroad causeth great anger. What is a gatter? A gatter is somebody that travels habitually. Okay. Now, when you look at these modern day women, what is it that they really want to do? All they want to do is get drunk and travel. And look at me and tell me that I'm wrong. Okay. This is clear. This is how you know the Bible is true. Okay, it says a drunken woman and a gatter abroad causeth great anger. And that is true. When you look at these women, when they travel to all these different countries and they go and they get drunk, drunk women are some of the most obnoxious women or people you'll meet. But again, this is why the Bible tells them to be sober and to be keepers at home. Okay. You know, people get mad at the Arab man because they don't allow, or up until recently, they didn't allow their women to travel alone. OK, but there's a reason for that. And guess what? They were not incorrect for being so, for being that way towards their women. OK, because that's just simply being in order. OK, now I'm not against traveling, but again, there has to be order. Okay, women are not supposed to be just traveling all willy-nilly, all by themselves, just however they want. But this is why Esau is constantly trying to demonize, the Arabic men and men from the Middle East, because over there, they're more in order than, over here in the Western Hemisphere. Okay, it's Esau that's upside down. All right. But anyway, let's get back to the video.
But why? Okay, so you don't want to have kids. So, okay, you a different story. But you,
Okay.
you want to have kids, but you don't know if you want to get married. So that means that you're planning to already bring this child into and have a deficit in their life, right?
The one in the middle has somewhat of a head on her shoulder. Okay, because she's pretty much saying what I said earlier in the video. She's already planning on, bringing these children into a broken home. Okay, she's already implying that, she doesn't want a quote unquote father figure or a father in their lives full time. Okay, let's get back to the video.
I mean, I feel
that's
like
the problem, madam. You feel like, okay, this is the problem. And this is emphatically why women need male authority over them. Okay, they need a husband. Okay, because women typically make decisions based on their emotions, how they feel. You see what she led with? I feel like. Okay, and this is why ultimately women tend to destroy their own lives. Okay, they need a head. Again, where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled. Okay, let's continue.
if I find the right person, we could get married. Sometimes I don't really have a lot of faith.
But do you have to find
niggas.
the right person to have the baby?
I do think I have to find the right person to have a kid, but I also feel like I'm in a position where I'm doing things for my own, so I would completely be okay with having to take on that responsibility by myself as far as financial.
And this is exactly why women put so much emphasis on so-called having their own money. Okay, because they believe that money can actually replace a father and a husband in the household. Okay, they don't want to be under male authority. So they feel like if they have their own money, can't no man tell them anything. Okay, which is completely off. But just wait until Esau's economic system falls, and they're going to be in for a rude awakening. They're going to find out that Esau's money means absolutely nothing, and it cannot replace a man. Okay, let's continue.
If I have to.
I don't think that's okay. But what's your end goals? Like,
I don't think it's okay neither, but I feel like it's the reality of like the generation that we live in, because I just feel like that's how most of these are. I do.
No, those are the
Thank you, madam. Thank you. You beat me to it. Okay. Those are the niggas that you go after. Okay. That's not what every single black man is, or so-called black man is. Okay. But here again, this just shows that most modern day women, not all, but most of them, they have no accountability whatsoever. Okay. Everything is the man's fault. Okay. Every failed relationship that they have is the man's fault, when in reality, the common denominator is what? Them. The common denominator is themselves. Okay. But somehow magically, every failed relationship that these women have, it's always the man's fault. Nothing on them, right? These women, they go out and they find the worst men that they can find, okay? Be it, your drug dealers, your gangsters, your thugs, Mr. Shoot 'em, bang bangs, okay? And then they're surprised when the relationship doesn't work, okay? These women get into these relationships with these type of men thinking that they can change them, okay? But guess what? You cannot change them, all right? Now, am I saying that those type of men cannot change at all? No, I'm not saying that. Because a lot of men that's actually in the truth, okay, come from those types of walks of life, so to speak, okay? But guess what? It was the Most High Yahweh that changed them, not a woman, okay? It takes the Most High to truly change somebody, right? But here again, notice what she said. Again, she led with what? I feel like, okay? Well, let me explain something to you. When she says, I feel like, because she said, I feel like that's the way most of these niggas are. When she says, I feel like, what that truly is an opinion based off her emotions. Okay? That's all it is. It's an opinion. All right? Let's go to the scriptures and let's bring this to a close. All right? So this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 3 and verse 24. And it reads, "For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion hath overthrown their judgment." Okay, so what does the beginning of this verse say? It says, "For many are deceived by their own vain opinion." Okay, now remember what she said. She said, "I feel like that's the way most of these niggas are." Correct? Well, that's her being deceived by her own vain opinion. Okay, because she led with what? "I feel like." Okay, that is an opinion based off of her emotions. Okay, because every single black man is not like that. Okay, I would wager to say most of them are not like that. Now, are there a lot of them like that? Yes, but most of them, no. Okay, but again, that's her being deceived by her own vain opinion, thinking that's the way most so-called black men are. Okay, now how does the verse end? It says what? "And an evil suspicion hath overthrown their judgment." Now, how does this apply to her? Okay, now because of her opinion that's the way that most black men are. Okay, now she has what? An evil suspicion that the next black man that she gets with is going to be the same way. Okay, and because she has this suspicion about the next so-called black man that she gets with, that has now overthrown her judgment about being a wife. Okay, you cannot tell me that the scriptures are not spot on. Okay, because the scriptures are very much spot on. They are true. Okay, but anyway, that was actually the end of that particular clip that I came across on Instagram, which actually inspired me to do this video. And of course, the title of my video is "Being a Wife, a Woman's Highest Calling." Okay, so we saw the mindset of the two women on both sides of the woman that's in the middle. Okay, now of course the young lady in the middle, like I said, she has more of a head on her shoulder. Okay, you know, she understands certain things a little better than the other two. Okay, because she understood that something was wrong with the answers that they were communicating to her. Okay, you know, especially the one on the right dealing with you know, being a wife and a mother. Okay, because she's already going into, you know, her next relationship banking on it, you know, not working, and banking on her being a single mother. Okay, whereas the one on the left, you know, all she just want to do is, you know, get high, get drunk, and do other stuff. Okay, just simply children and adult bodies, right? But again, a woman's highest calling is being that of a wife and also being a mother. That's what the woman was created for. Okay, it's only in Esau's wicked society that he teaches the woman the complete opposite. Okay, he teaches her that her highest calling is, again, a useless college education, a useless career, and to be a whore. Okay, to use her youth and her beauty to actually be a whore, to sleep around. Okay, but again, a woman's youth and her beauty should be used to find a husband and establish a family. Okay, these are the things that she should be doing when she's young. Okay, not wasting her youth away on things that don't matter. Okay, but the sad thing is, you know, deep down the woman knows that she's only truly fulfilled when she's a wife and a mother. Okay, it's just that she doesn't really get to the point where she actually admits it, usually until it's too late. Okay, that's when it really hits home. Okay, so with that, and as always, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakha Kodash. I want to thank all you brothers and sisters for tuning in. I hope this video was informative and edifying. And until next time, Shalom, family.